Okay, yabba dabba doo, sports fans, good Sunday afternoon to you. We're live again at the Barrel Ice Complex, Warrendale, PA, for this round robin game between your Steel City Selects in their home whites with the black and gold, and these Nashville Junior Predators in the gold with the blue and white. Final game of the round robin, 2 minutes on the warm-up clock. I will be back with you for puck drop. All right, the warm-up clock has expired. I see DJ Noisy Noise over there. She's not hooked up yet, so I don't hear any music. We are plugged in and ready to go. I got to plug another device in here. Batteries become an issue when we're playing back-to-back like this. We need to get everything plugged in so we can bring you the game here and get the huddle video and everything else that needs to happen in the next hour or so. So I've got that all done. Just testing my angles here on the two cameras. So bear with me. And making sure we're going to get good huddle and good live stream. And we are. So we're ready to go. 3 15-minute periods between your Steel City Selects and these Nashville Junior Predators. We're going to start with Claherty, Mrazek, Makasenka, Marshall, and Howe. And I see Eves in the pipes. So we will we'll get this game underway. 3 15-minute periods to finalize the round robin play. A little bit of a slow arriving audience on a Sunday afternoon. There's only a couple of you out there, but I suspect that'll change as the game goes on. Stripes checking with everybody. And we're underway. Predators pull it back to their defense. And they bring it up the near walls. Claherty levels a Predator on the wall. And we're going to get some type of a call here. We'll see what. Looks like offsides, and there's DJ Noisy Noise. She's now plugged in, ready to go. Looks like they're just going to call that offsides. Early in the game when these things happen, I get a little unsettled and have to figure out what's going on. So we've got Makasenka, Mrazek, and King now as they switch out the center. And Predators draw that back over towards their own bench. And they bounce it up the wall. Here they come up the far side. King sticks a stick in there. Predators player falls down. She's holding on to, or King was holding on to her stick, one or the other. I'm assuming that's going to be another offsides play. And here comes Stevens out here with Peets and Panetta. messed the clock up already, and here come the bleachers shaking the camera. I'll hold it still as best as I can. Shake it. Panetta takes the draw, draws it back to the Predators. Predators send it across, send it in. And I'm trying to get the camera, the clock in line as Marshall picks it up behind, and now it is. So Peets comes through the zone. Taking a second to get settled here. I apologize for that as Pete sends it ahead to Panetta. Panetta up the near wall. Panetta down the near side, in behind the net now, where the Predators are going to pick it up. Panetta battling. Stevens comes in there for it. Stevens battling, getting some elbows. Out front to Peets, out top to Marshall. Marshall puts it into the corner. Panetta going to battle. Panetta tried to put it out to Peets. Peets fell down. Peets battling. Marshall along the point. Marshall sends it into the corner. Stevens going to go dig it out on the far side. Predators are going to get there first. We're going to chip it up the wall, and they chip it by Howe as Howe steps in front of that player and stops the puck, stripes in the way. Ahead to Peets. Peets up the far wall with room as people are changing. Peets tried to dance through there and couldn't quite get it through as 2/3 of the eights come out with Kinger and Yenny jumping on. We're going to pull it up the near wall here where Litz is going to retreat to center and send it back the other way. Here come the Predators up the near wall. Predators send it in behind. Goaltender Eves in the pipes for this game as comes into the center. Yenny tried to clear, and she did. And they're going to have to rebound and send it back the other way, the Predators will. Predators player tripped over her own 2 feet, and Sherwood sends it in as that puck comes back up to neutral. Across to Zivkovic. Zivkovic puts it ahead for Sherwood off the wall. The rest of the Crazy Eights are out here now. And Zivkovic sends it in, and it hits the photographer in the head over there. And I talked to him before the game. He was going over to stand in the bench, and he got hit in the head with the puck. And now we're going to take this dot over to, take this back to center, I should say, as we're going to get a draw here with King, Yenny, and Sherwood, Litz, and Zivkovic out back as King pokes that forward. Predators can't handle it, top of their zone. They poke it back to neutral. Zivkovic pokes it in, but Sherwood had not gotten out, and that's going to be on offsides as I get the clock back in sync at 12:56. We're going to come back to the dot in front of the Predators bench. You can hear Josh trying to wind up the girls. They desperately need it. They seem to be off to a little bit of a slow start here. We'll see. Nashville does too. It's the beginning of the game where these teams are feeling each other out, trying to figure out what they have, and here come the Predators back through neutral as they bring it up the near wall. Litz chipping, chopping, takes it away, sends it up that near wall back to the point. Predators hold, send it in deeper. It's in behind, all the way around where Zivkovic's going to go pick it up on that far wall. She fanned on the first one. The second one didn't go very far, and now the Predators poke it in low. We're going to go chase it down in the near corner. Litz up ahead. Predators pick it up top of their defensive zone, send it back the other way, where they're going to come up the near wall. And they're going to bring it up that near wall. Litz pushes that player to the corner. In behind. I'm sorry, that's Klein pushing the player to the near corner. Up to the top of the circles. Two Predators battling for it. Klein sends it. Here comes Klein the other way, one-on-one. She gets puck poked away from her before gaining the zone. Sends it down deep. It's in behind as Klein gets pulled down behind the play, no call. In the far corner, Predators player falls over her own 2 feet. Out to Kiesel at the point. Kiesel sends it off a skate into the near corner. Clawhardy down low. Clawhardy sends it around behind for Klein. Klein surveying, has Walkoskis, top of the circle, doesn't see her. Sends it out to the point to Dahl. Dahl tried to send it, blocked by a Predator. Dahl overskated it. It's in everybody's feet. They're kicking it, top of the circle. Stops, turns. That shot by Klein, knocked down by a Predator. Into the corner. That shot was by Walkoskis, I should say. Clawhardy near corner. Clawhardy sends it behind for Walkoskis. Walkoskis puts it off the side of the net. They're beating, they're banging. Clawhardy takes it behind the net. She kicks it. She overskates. She goes back for the fight. Comes out of there with the puck. Far corner. Tried to put it up high to a point. Player didn't get it there off of a stick of a Predator and back to neutral as Klein kicks it. That one comes off the stick of a Predator into the zone. And now they send it back. Walkoskis got a tip on it. Clawhardy picks it up. Clawhardy with some space. Clawhardy shoots. Predator got a stick down at the last minute. Tipped that high behind the glass. Now into the far corner, Walkoskis. Walkoskis around behind, off the side, off the goaltender to the near wall. Thought she was going behind. It came off the goaltender. Here come the Predators up the near wall. They shoot it right into Kiesel's chest. Predators player picked it back up. Eve's got a piece of equipment on that. Chipped it away. Kiesel took it off the doorstep. And here comes Dahl. Dahl up the far wall. She dumps it in behind as Panetta's going to have to go get it. Stevens following the play. Stevens looking for a center, got into position, but Panetta never picked it up. As it goes in behind, Stevens chips it back to Panetta. Panetta in the corner loses it to a Predator. Peets comes over, they bank it high off the glass back to center to Howe. Howe up ahead to Stevens on the far wall. Stevens coming up that far wall, coming into the center. Stevens tries to get a shot off blocked, recovers, sends it down low to Peets. Peets couldn't handle the pass. Stevens sends it into the goal mouth. Goaltender covers, and we're going to get a stoppage with 10:15. So a good little buzz of activity there. Doesn't lead to much. Couple of shots. And we're going to get a face-off in the far circle. Klein takes that draw. She's out here with Mrazek and Makasenko. As it dies on the dot, they send it back past Marshall. And Howe's going to have to chase this down. She turns, takes it across the top of the zone, sends it up, out, back to neutral to a Predator. They pick it up and take it across the back of their zone. Klein in pursuit. Now Makasenko in pursuit. They come by her. Klein comes out of there with the puck. Klein circles, loops, sends it across to Mrazek. Mrazek puts it up the wall. And they bank it back to the point where Howe stops it. Howe sends it into a Predator's feet. Klein chops it low. Makasenko's right there. Kylie Makasenko gets the goal. And go get a tattoo, Tana. She breaks the ice and gets the first goal. Your Steel City Selects are up 1-0. Early goal by Makasenko with 9:41 to go first period, and I didn't stop the clock. I was excited for her. That breaks a big goal drought for Kylie. And it's 1-0. We got the crazy eights out there. Litz sends it ahead. I'll get the clock back in line. Puck dies on the blue line. They're battling. Back to neutral. Zivkovic picks it up, sends it ahead to Sherwood on the far wall. Sherwood chops it in behind the net near corner. Yenny and the Predators are all going to go into the corner and battle. Predators are going to come out with it, send it back to neutral. And we're going to, no, they wave off the ice. Zivkovic chips it up ahead, too far for Sherwood. But when the Predators throw it in, they do it. Offsides. So we got the crazy eighth out here. And that puck goes all the way down where the Predators pick it up and send it back the other way. We got Litz. Litz picks it up, turns, comes back the other way. That goes in off of Eves on a weird bounce and comes back out to the near point. And it goes in behind the net now as Litz battles. Litz falls down over a Predators player across to Sherwood. Sherwood chops at it, can't get it out. Zivkovic can't get it out. Predators have it on the half wall, send it in deeper. 8:36. They try to center, can't get it there. Litz has it behind the net, sends it over to the far corner. Zivkovic picks it up. Zivkovic chips it back. That puck is going to drift on net, and they're going to wave off the icing as the Predators goalie sends it out. That's going to be trouble. Klein picked that up. Klein skated hard, picked that up, came in. Predator took it off her behind the net. Clardy overskates, and here they come the other way. Walkoskis pokes a stick in there. Ooh, Walkoskis, almost a trip there. They didn't call it. Clardy sends that into the near corner. The Nashville fans are saying, in our city, that's a trip. Stripes didn't see it. The Predators sent it back to neutral, and Kiesel leaves it too far for Walkoskis. Predators circle, come back the other way, and here it comes. Kiesel picks it up down at the other end, but not before we get an icing with 7:50 to go. The Woobirds are out. So we are going to get a face-off back down here at the other end in front of the Predators goalie. We've got Klein out here with Clardy and Walkoskis, Kiesel and Dull out here for this draw in the near circle as Stripes direct some traffic. And we get this face-off. It comes over to Walkoskis. Walkoskis puts it in front of the net. Predators send it back to the half wall. Walkoskis puts it in front of the net again. They tip it behind. Clardy gets there. No, it's going to be Klein. Klein around back. Klein, heavy pressure, turns. Sees Clardy, gets it to her. Clardy can't get the shot off. It dribbles in on the net. They're poking. They're banging. Oh, they bang it in! That's the far side. That's Klein. Klein bangs it in on the rebound. And that's 2-0 Steel City. They were beating and banging in front on that rebound, and it looks like Klein poked it in. And that's 2-0. So they will bring it back to center. and take another draw. And that is the bearded man down there. So we got the Predators coming back here through neutral. And Panetta takes that away. Here comes Panetta up the near wall. Panetta drops it for Stevens. Stevens can't get a shot off. She sends it back in front. Peets is there, can't put it in. It's in the near corner. Panetta sends it down. Panetta throws it in on net. Predators goalie's going to cover that one up. And we're going to get a stoppage with 7:12 to go first period. Peets out here with Stevens and Panetta, Marshall and Howe. Peets is going to take this draw. Peets sends it over into the corner. And Brett is back. I hear him cheering down there. Marshall from the point. Marshall sends it. Knocked down by a Predator. Loose behind the net. Panetta providing chase. Over into the corner. Stevens battles. They send it up to the point. Howe holds it there. Bumbles. Sends it down the wall to Stevens. Stevens try to flip it in front blindly to Peets. Peets gets separated from the puck. It comes out. Panetta cuts that off. Panetta has the top of the circle. Sends it out to Marshall. Marshall low into Panetta's feet. Predators pick that up. High off the glass. Back to neutral. And Marshall battling with a Predator. They both fall down. Puck along the half wall. Predators come out of there with it. Howe skates over and gets that player to deflect that. Puck centered. Stevens cuts it off. Here comes Stevens. Stevens has been out here a while. I suspect it's going to be a red line dump. And that's exactly what she does as she heads to the bench. The entire Predators team's down there as we do a wholesale change. And we messed it up. We only got 4 players. Mrazek late to jump on the ice. Zivkovic fell down. Mrazek got leveled by that player with the puck. And here they come down the far wall. Mrazek and Walkoskis and Makasenka battling. Mrazek, they chip it by her. They chip it by Makasenka. Zivkovic chips it out, puts it ahead, back to the Predators in front of their own bench. Too far over to the near wall. Things have settled back down. That was a sloppy change. Litz up the wall. Makasenka steers it into the center for Mrazek. Mrazek up the near wall. Puts it down the near wall. Predators have it there. They send it back the other way. Makasenka cuts that off. She takes it in deeper, throws it in front. Mrazek can't get a stick on it, but Zivkovic will. Zivkovic sends it from the point. That puck's loose, and you got Makasenka banging on the doorstep, and it goes over the net. Into the near corner, around behind the net now. Mrazek battling there. Out to Walkoskis. They continue to battle. Walkoskis battling deep. She sends it around past Makasenka to the point. Litz throws it into the feet of a Predator. Makasenka came with a big wind-up and missed. Predators throw it in the corner where Walkoskis battles. In behind the net, Predators. Predators take it around. They're going to flip it. Sherwood had just jumped on the ice. She picked it up. She sends it in. We are offsides. So we're going to go in front of the Predators bench on the dot for a face-off. Oh no, they're going to bring it back to the dot in front of the selects bench. And when they bring it back here, it's going to be the Crazy Eights, Kiesel and Dahl, for this draw. Kinger draws it back to Dahl. Dahl puts it ahead to Sherwood. Sherwood puts it ahead to Yenny. Yenny coming into the zone on the near wall. Yenny chips it into the corner. Pushes that Predator player off of her. They battle into the corner. You got King battling down there. Sherwood's waging war in front of the net. King waging war in the corner. Elbows are flying. Yenny tried to send it. Got taken off her stick. She picks it back up again to King. King sends it in front. Misses to the far side. Over to the far corner. Dahl's the only one back. She's going to have to retreat. Kiesel gets back with her. They separate him from the puck at neutral. King steps in. Dahl picks it up. Dahl steers it out. Can't get it ahead to King, but Yenny will pick it up. Here comes Yenny through neutral. Yenny gains the zone, sends it. Goalie puts it below the end line into the far corner. They send it up the wall where Dahl's going to hold it. Dahl's going to send it in front of the net. Misses to the near side. Into the corner where Kiesel's going to cheat in. Sherwood covers her high in a good play. Yenny taking some heat in the corner. Throws it down behind the net. King's going to go work. Predators are going to come out of there with it. They send it around to the near corner past Yenny. Up to the point. And Dahl stepped in, but we're going to get one back. Kiesel steps in front of her. We're going to get a penalty on Kiesel for the trip as the defensive players were crossing. And the Predators player picked that moment to jump between them. Got tripped. Kiesel's going to the bin for a minute and a half for tripping. So we're going to keep Howe and Marshall out here. And we're going to send out Walkoskis and Clardy. 4:08 to go first period to kill this penalty. Walkoskis going to step in to take this draw. Dies on the dot. They battle for it. It comes over to Howe. Howe pokes it over to the wall. Howe steps into it, gets pushed off it. Howe takes it behind the net. Marshall's standing there waiting to help. into the corner. They continue to battle. Tying it up is a strategy here as a Nashville player falls down. Howe still battling. Still battling. 4 Predators and Howe. Marshall, or 3 Predators and Howe. Marshall comes, or no, I'm sorry, Walkoskis comes in. Walkoskis comes out of there with it. She has Clarity ahead of her. Clarity holds the line. Walkoskis down the far wall. Walkoskis chips it into the corner behind the net. Predator falls down. Goes into the corner. Clarity. Walkoskis comes out of there with it. Walkoskis shoots. Predators goalie covers it for a stoppage with 3:32. Here comes Stevens. Here comes Klein. Here comes Dahl, and here comes Litz to kill the rest of this penalty off. 55 seconds in the penalty to Kiesel. So Stevens and Klein, Litz and Dahl on the kill. 55 seconds to go. Klein, draw, puts it in the corner. Stevens up the wall. Can't get it out. Predators, Litz trips that Predator, no call. Goes into the corner behind stripes. Stevens gets over there, holds it in. Still holds it in. Now here come the Predators. The girls need to get back. They're skating back. Predators up the near wall. Predators put it in. Stevens knocked that down. Loose top of the circle. Shot high over the net near side. Into the near corner up the half wall. Back to the near point. Klein blocks that shot. Into the near corner. Predators try to center. Dahl picked that up. Sent it over to the corner to a Predator. Now it's Dahl picking it up. Here comes Dahl. Dahl on a break. Red line dump. No, she's going to take it further. Blue line, still skating, converges. Goalie knocks that. Oh, that's a hook, and there's no call. The stick was in her arm, hooking her, and they didn't call it. Stevens dancing with the puck. Stevens still dancing with the puck. Behind the net, she loses it into the corner. Penalty over, even strength. Here come the Predators up the wall. Kiesel jumps on, or no, Panetta jumps on. So we got Panetta, Stevens, and Klein. Litz and Dahl out here as Dahl sends it back. Stevens can't get a stick on it. Here it comes back the other way, Klein. Klein gets it to Panetta. Here comes Panetta up the near wall. Panetta into the center of the zone. Panetta gets around everybody. Panetta shoots. Misses far side. In behind the net, we had a change. Our killers were out there a long time. Here comes Peets. Peets dancing low. Peets throws it in front. Panetta can't get a stick on it. Predators fanned on the clear. This time they do clear it, and Howe is going to chase it down. Howe and Marshall out back. Panetta, Sherwood, Peets up front. Line's messed up after the kill. I'm sure they'll get them reset. Here come the Predators. Predators up the near wall. Got to watch in these situations as Eves gloves that one. Got to watch in these situations as the girls aren't used to playing together. Make sure we don't get a bumble here. So here comes Clarity, Mrazek, Makasenka. And we got Marshall and Howe. So all is back to reset with the lines. 150. Marshall in behind the net. Around to the far corner. Clarity tips it. Marshall. Marshall sends it. The angle will still be icing. So we're going to bring it back down the other way. As DJ Noisy Noise blesses the reins. We're going to go to that far circle. We got Clarity, we got Marshall, we got Mrazek, we got Magasenga, we got Howe. That's not the right order, but you know where they play. Predators chip it deep behind the net. They come out of there with it. It gets kicked by Clarity, and here she comes. Clarity up the near wall. Clarity still coming up the near wall. She chips it ahead, loses the puck, steps into the Predator to keep it in the zone. Makasenka, they chip it by her, Marshall. Marshall tries to hold. Predators send it back the other way. Howe's going to retreat and pick it up. Howe stops, turns, sends it ahead to Clarity. Clarity 1-on-2, sends it back out of the zone. As Makasenka's it in, it's clear. It comes deeper. Makasenka and Clarity are going to head to the bench. We're going to come by Sherwood. No, they're not going to head to the bench. They were just circling back. Now Makasenka will head to the bench. Shot. Eves puts that in the near corner. Marshall played the player, let the puck go. Here comes Clarity. Clarity sends it ahead, too far for Yenny, as the Predators regroup, too far for their own player. Howe chipped it. Big collision in front of the bench as Howe and the Nashville player went down. Now we've got Sherwood hitting the ice, and that puck goes all the way down in the near corner. They wave it off. 32 seconds, first period. Predators send it up the wall where it's too far. Kiesel holds, sends it in, but that will be on offsides. You can hear the fans trying to wind up the girls. Up 2-0, 10-3 on the shots. as Kinger is going to step in for this drop. Kinger, Predators. Kinger comes out of there with it, and they send it in deeper. 20 seconds to go. Comes across, it comes out, back to neutral, where Kiesel's going to chase it down. Kiesel turns. Kiesel looks ahead to Yenny, gets it out too far. Predators send it back the other way with 10 seconds to go along the wall. 10 seconds to go, they battle along the wall. Sherwood chips it in deeper. She's going for a change. Period's over. In behind the net. 2-1. That'll do it for one. Your selects are up 2-0. I'll be back for number 2. All right, they're coming out for 2. Klein, Claherty, Walkoskis. Kiesel and Dahl out back. Eves to my right. Stripes checks with everybody to get ready to go as Josh is running to the bathroom. Oh, he's running to get baby food. In behind Eves. They battle for it back there. It's Kiesel, Klein in the corner battling. Out to Claherty. Claherty across to Walkoskis. Walkoskis chips it ahead. Walkoskis knocks it ahead. Now she's got to win the foot race, which she does. She's kicking, she's beating, she's banging, she's losing the puck. She's leveling the Predators girl. And now comes off the half wall. Dahl sends it in deeper, where the Predators are going to pick that up. Klein gets in there, can't get there fast enough. Stripes is in the way. Dahl again. Walkoskis covers her high. Walkoskis gets it, sends it in lower, but Dahl fell on it. They're beating, they're banging. Puck's underneath them. Dahl's trying to pick her stick back up. Meanwhile, Klein picks it up. Klein over the net. Klein's been shooting field goals the last couple weeks. That's another one. Kiesel. Kiesel tried to put it lower to Claherty. He didn't get it there. Puck loose. Klein picked it up. Klein shovels it towards the net. Misses far side. Where it goes up the half wall. Predators pick it up there. Klein steps in. Out to the point. Kiesel. Kiesel throws it in deeper. But the girls were going for a change as we're going to get at least a couple of them out. I see Stevens out here. Panetta jumps on. Peets jumps on. And Panetta applied a little bit of pressure, but here come the Predators back the other way as Kiesel's going to have to chase it down, but not before. They call it an icing. So we're going to come back down here to the near circle. Stevens, Panetta, Peets, Howe, and Marshall. No, Howe and Litz. So the D pairs are a little messed up now. And we're... I'll get that straightened out as the game goes on, and they're putting it over there. We've got Litz out to Panetta. Panetta dumps it in deeper. Peets chases it down behind the net. Peets turns. Peets still battling out to Panetta. Panetta puts it lower. It comes past her now, and here come the Predators. Predators. Stevens gets a stick in there. She's chasing. Here come the Predators back through center. Howe puts her to the wall, and it goes in low. They're battling low. Peets comes out of there with it, sends it up the wall. Predator step in front of it, so does Howe. Howe puts it back out. Howe chips it across to Panetta. Panetta can't quite get a stick on it. Comes back the other way. Predators the other way. Panetta steps in front of her, stops, turns, drops it to Litz. Litz overskates. Now she reconnects with it, sends it up the wall to Panetta. Panetta's got Stevens to her right, Peets to her left. Panetta comes around. She wants to get behind Peets for some reason. She waited too long, and Stevens was off sides. So my color spotter, Ryan, is telling me that it looks like Zivkovic skipped a couple of shifts. We don't know what's going on there. Have to keep an eye on that. So that's why we got the D pairs out of sorts a little bit. Keep an eye on that as the game goes on. As they take the face off. jumps in. We got Klein out here now with Makasenka, Mrazek, Dahl, and Marshall on the back end now as we mix the Ds up. We've got the Predators bring it up through the center of their zone, now center and neutral. Dahl is going to push him across, and they get back. Marshall gets a stick in there. They got by Marshall. They got off a shot, and it's 2-1 as they beat Eves. There was definitely some confusion there with Dahl and Marshall. This is the challenge with the D pairs not playing together. They were confused as to who had what side, and by the time Marshall recovered, it was too late. And that's what can happen when you're not playing with your partner. And it's now 2-1. So we got Kiesel and Howe, King, Yenny, and Sherwood out here now, 2-1. Steel City, 12-27. So we got to keep an eye on this situation with AZ and see what's going on. As this puck comes ahead, we got Sherwood. Sherwood bangs it up the wall. Predators send it back the other way. Yenny's over there. Yenny can't get there first as Predators chip it ahead. Kiesel gets there, can't chip it too far ahead. Now it's going to be King. King up the wall. King dumps it past the Predator. It's going to go in on net. Goaltender steers it dangerously behind the goal there as Yenny falls down. Sherwood sent it in front, and that's going to go over into the bench area and be stoppage with 11:58. So we'll keep an eye on this situation as it unfolds. The Crazy Eights with Kiesel and Howe, with the D pairs a little bit out of sorts. So here comes Walkoskis, Clardy, and Klein. Still Kiesel and Howe out back as they're going to step in and take this face off. Klein puts it right on net off the draw. It goes into the near corner where Howe steps up. Howe holds it. Howe tries to throw it in. It goes deeper. Clardy covers her high. They can rotate back, and Howe's now back in her natural position. Predators up the half wall. They send it across too far. Kiesel should get there first and send it back. She does. It was out. They bring it in, and that is offsides. Here comes Stevens, Panetta, Peets, Zivkovic, and Dahl. Or I'm sorry, Litz and Dahl. No Zivkovic. Still no Zivkovic, so that's an emerging situation. Not sure what the storyline there is. We have no bench reporter. This is far from the NFL on CBS. As Litz takes it around, Litz across to Dahl. Dahl up the near wall. Dahl loses the puck, it comes back, but Nashville was offsides. So we're going to get another draw outside the zone, and looks like Stripes is bringing it back to center. We don't have an Aaron Andrews, we don't have a Pam Oliver, and Evan Washburn, or any of the other assorted NFL sideline reporters here. So we don't have an update on what's happening with Zivkovic as Panetta takes it into the zone down the far wall. She drops it off. Stevens chips it in deeper. Panetta or Peets is going to go battle behind the net. They send it up the wall. Panetta cuts that off. Panetta whacks at it. Can't do anything with it. Sends it deeper. Stevens back up the wall to Panetta. Panetta's got room. Panetta shoots. Panetta puts it in the net for your Steel City Selects goal. I told that girl it had been far too long since I made that call. And Panetta comes through and puts it in, and it's now 3-1 Steel City. I told her before the game I was firing her up and making her mad, and I wanted to find that net. And she delivers on one, and it's 3-1. So now we got Mrazek, Makasenka, and Walkoskis out here with Litz and Dahl as Walkoskis sends it across for Litz. I get excited. The clock's all messed up. I'll fix it. They send it in. Mrazek down the far wall. She sends it in deeper. Now the clock's back in sync. They send it around to the near point. Dahl steps up, holds it, momentarily anyway. Walkoskis covers her high. Makasenka picks it up. Makasenka dancing in with it, comes in, still dancing with it, still stays with it behind the net. Tried to center Mrazek, couldn't get it through. Makasenka puts it in front again. Predators cleared off the doorstep. In behind now. Makasenka or Walkoskis and Mrazek battling back there. Mrazek stays with it into the corner. Mrazek terrorizing them behind the net there. Now Walkoskis comes into battle. Predators send it around the back, up the half wall, and past Dahl, and out. Litz going to chase that down, win the race, take it behind the net, and hard up the wall, past Stripes and out. Predators have to regroup, but not before Walkoskis can take that away. Down the near wall, now into the center. Walkoskis against the entire Predators team. Stops, surveys, turns, tries to center, too high for Dahl. Yenny on the far wall. Yenny throws it in front, can't get it to Dahl. Dahl holds it, sends it over to the wall, at least momentarily sends it deeper. Dahl out of position. She gets back to her point. Sherwood was covered. Now she heads off. I see Howe. I see Marshall as it gets by everybody, almost a too many situation there. We got the crazy eights, Marshall and Hal Sherwood up the near wall. Sherwood with space, misses near side. In behind the net, 9:45 to go. Puck loose, Yenny didn't skate in on it, Marshall did. Marshall covers, or Yenny covers Marshall, it gets by her, and Howe. And Yenny will retreat. Yenny across to Howe. Howe surveying, skating, still surveying. Comes up, looks, throws into the far corner, where a tired Yenny's going to have to go dig that out. She gets the positional advantage, centers, King couldn't handle it, it bounces out to the point, where Marshall sends it in deeper behind the net, where Sherwood picks it up. Sherwood gets bodied against the wall, and King steps in. King tries to center, goes off the back of the net. Puck into the near corner. Howe's going to cheat down, nobody's covering her high. Clardy wisely gets up there as Howe's in way deep. We got King in there behind the net over to the far corner. Howe rotates up, Clardy rejoins the play. Predators pick it up, they chip it. They're going to come up the far wall. There's a foot race here. Howe hustles and gets back, knocks it into the corner, lets the team recover. As the Predators regain in the corner, they send it back to the point and out. 8:45, 3-1 selects, 13-4 on the shots. This puck comes up ahead. Predators touch it to avoid the icing. And Marshall wouldn't have been icing anyway with the way they were shooting. Actually, it would have been, as that one hits a Predator that's down. And we're going to get a whistle here. It's going to be an offsides, and they're going to wave it all the way down. So we're going to come all the way down, I suspect anyway. At least that's what Stripes seem to be indicating. He's pointing that way. So I think we're going to come all the way down as we'll see what side they pick. Oh, no, he's just going to come here. He's waving. I thought he was coming all the way down. Alas, he's going in front of the bench. Walkowskis, Klein, Clardy, Kiesel, and Dahl. The pairs are lined back up. Maybe that means Zivkovic's ready to come back to the game. We'll see when Litz comes out. That gets dropped off by Kiesel to Walkowskis. Walkowskis up the near wall. Walkowskis over to Klein. Klein comes up through the center, dances around one, regains the puck. Klein! Big save by the Nashville goalie. Klein made a nice move to get free. Just couldn't find a way to get it past the goalie. That one comes out to the point. Kiesel holds firm, sends it to Clardy. Clardy sends it in to the near corner where Klein's going to go dig it out. Klein battling a Predator. They send it back to the point where Walkowskis sends it into a Predator skates. Walkowskis across the top in between the circles, sends it low. Clardy's in an epic battle. Puck goes to the end line. They have it low behind the net. Walkowskis joins in. Now Klein. Klein has it loose in front. Klein shoots, misses to the near side. They're still battling, and now the goaltender has it under some piece of equipment. And that's going to be the stoppage to allow Peets, Panetta, Stevens, Zivkovic, and Litz out. So Zivkovic does return after an absence. So whatever was ailing her or happening has been resolved, and she's now back out here on the ice. So we're going to get a draw here with Peets. Peets with, they direct Panetta out of the circle. Peets puts it over in the direction of Stevens. It comes up the wall. Zivkovic can't hold the point. And here it comes back the other way. Predators, Litz, thankful. Oh, Litz puts a shoulder, and she's getting a rightful penalty there for either a roughing call or interference as she stepped in front of that player trying to save that rush coming down the point. And Litz is going to get a penalty for roughing. I saw it. It's deserved. Here comes Stevens. Here comes Panetta. Marshall and Zivkovic to kill this now, as we're going to get a penalty kill here in our zone to start anyway, as Litz is going to sit for 90 seconds for roughing. 7:35, this draw over to the near point. Predators shoot, it goes behind the net. Stevens is going to pick it up. Stevens sends it up the wall and out, and with the bounce, got a bad bounce, and that will be an icing. Got a bad bounce off the wall there. Puck was on end, and it turned into an icing as it rolled faster. We're going to come back to the far circle. Stevens and Panetta, Zivkovic and Marshall, as we're still killing penalty with 1:19 to go in it. So Panetta's going to step in and take this draw far circle as the Stripes lines up all the traffic, and comes out to Marshall. Marshall behind the net. Marshall stops, turns, comes back the other way, sends it up the wall to Panetta. Panetta has Stevens breaking ahead of her. She didn't gain the red line, and that's going to be an icing. You got to get the red line before you dump that puck. Dumping, it's a strategy, but you got to get to the red line first. She had the ability to get there, just didn't do it. And now we're going to get a draw in the far circle again, same players. No, it's actually Peets and King now, so we did rotate some players. We got Zivkovic and Marshall still out there. We did rotate a couple of players. So Peets puts it right out to the Predator, top of the zone. Tip puck never made it to goaltender Eves as it goes into the corner. They battle there. They continue to battle there. It's Zivkovic battling. They take it behind the net. Now they throw it in front. Eves didn't have a prayer. Eves didn't have a prayer as Zivkovic was in the corner, and she never got back. And that's 3-2. So defensive lapse on the penalty kill leads to a power play goal for the Predators, and it's now 3-2. The Crazy Eights are out here with Dahl and Kiesel, and that drops ahead. Here comes Yenny. Yenny down the near wall. Yenny surveying, puts it in off the side of the net. Tender leaves it. Yenny picks it up. Yenny tried to backdoor center. Nobody home, didn't get through. Around to the far corner. Kiesel steps in. King covers her high. They battle on the wall. King picks it up, point, sends it lower. Goes off the goaltender into the near corner. Sherwood couldn't get a stick on it. Yenny gets there. Yenny puts it behind the net, where the Predators are going to pick it up. Predators coming up the far wall. Everybody's taking a whack. Nobody's getting in front. Kiesel will, as she separates her from the puck. They send it across the line. Have to wait for the zone to clear, where King picks it up, sends it ahead. Here come the Predators up the far wall. Kiesel gets in front as Eves makes an adventuresome save over into the far corner. It goes behind the net now. Dahl picks it up there. Dahl out to the point. Predators hold. This time it comes out. That's going to turn into a break for Yenny. Sherwood inexplicably goes to the bench where Yenny's breaking. She should have went with her. And, there's a center, but nobody was there. And Mrazek steps up. Clardy steps up. It comes all the way down. Kiesel's on her last leg. She's been out there a while. We get a fall down there. And, that's loose. Nobody skated in on it. And thankfully, didn't turn into something as Clardy skates up with it now. Clardy, Makasenka holds the line. Clardy comes in. Clardy dances, loses the puck. Makasenka comes over. Makasenka picks it up. Makasenka out to the point to Marshall. Marshall sends it. Bouncing puck into the near corner where it's going to get picked up by a Predator. Sent up the wall, but Howe holds that. Mrazek battles. Making sure there's no cherry pick as they change behind us. And we're going to get a whistle on a tie-up on the wall. 5:19 to go. Clardy had fallen down and landed on the puck.
Let's go, Steel City! Let's go! Let's go, Steel City!
So Stevens comes out here with Beetson, Panetta, Marshall, and Howback as they're going to take that draw. It comes out to the point. Marshall hurries. Marshall throws it into the corner where Panetta's got to go chase it. Comes up the half wall. Predators are going to get there first. They're going to send it in. Down low. Comes across the center of the zone. Predators pick it up, golf it out. Back to Howe. Howe, surveying, sends it up too far for Stevens, and that's going to be an icing. So we're going to come back down here for another draw as get the iPad to focus there. Sometimes it struggles. It focuses on the stands that are way closer to us than players, and it's an Apple-generated autofocus routine. I do the best I can. Klein, Walkoskis. Clardy, Zivkovic, and Litz. As that puck comes over to the half wall. Comes back to the near point. Nashville sends it in deeper. Zivkovic can't knock it down in behind the net now. All the way around to the far side where they skate up on it. Here comes Walkoskis. Walkoskis ahead to Clardy one-on-one. Clardy down the near wall, loses the puck in the feet of the Predators player. Over into the near corner. Clardy stays in the fight. Around to the half wall. Zivkovic skates up. Zivkovic holds it. Walkoskis comes up. Walkoskis golfs it. Goaltender gets a glove on it, but doesn't stop it all the way as Litz sends it in deeper from the near point. Litz to Clardy. Clardy sends it in behind the net. And Klein's going to go apply pressure, but the Nashville player was set. Comes by everybody back to neutral. And Litz is going to go chase this down. Litz will pick it up behind the net. Litz loses it, picks it back up, sends it around the wall. Predators cut it off. In behind the net now. Klein should get there first. She does. She's going to battle now. It's turning into a battle. Comes up the half wall. Point player for Nashville picks it up, sends it in deeper. Around past everybody. Nashville's going to get there first. Hate to say it, but that's the complacency that gets us in trouble. Klein whacks at it. Now they battle. Litz comes in, puts a shoulder into a player. They continue to battle. Predators come out of there with it. Still come out of there with it as Clardy pokes it away. Over to the far point. Predators tried to send it, didn't get it through. And this is that feeling when they just start to not feel like they don't have the effort on it. As Walkoskis can't clear center, top of the zone, open, shoot. Eves gets the paddle on that, knocks it behind the net. She seems like she's flailing a little bit right now. Somebody lost a stick, not sure who. It's one of our players, it's Klein. Klein's going to skate over there, grab it as they battle in the corner. And now it's going to come back the other way. It's going to come ahead to Clardy. Game just feels like it's in slow motion right now. That's not a good feeling. As that goes behind the net now. 16-7 the shots, 3-2 the score. As they come around Sherwood, here come the Predators through neutral. They skate with it up the near wall. They dump it past Dahl into the corner. And King has got to go over there and do some work. She can't get there. Predators pick it up now. Yanni ahead to Sherwood. Sherwood has Dahl trailing. Sherwood dumps it into the corner for Dahl. And Dahl's like, I can't be in this deep. She sends it around, and Kiesel can't hold. This might turn into a break. Predators are going to get there. We're going to see if Dahl can get the angle. They do get back as Kiesel steps in front of her, takes that puck away, and comes over to the near wall where Sherwood's been out here a while. Picks it up and gets it out, and you'd have to imagine Sherwood's going to be heading to the bench. They wave off the icing, and she doesn't for some reason. And here they come back the other way now. We still got the crazy eights out here. They've been out here for a long time. They skate around Kiesel. They get in behind the net, centering pass, cut down, loose in front. Eves says no, sends it into the corner. Predators pick it up there. At this point, we needed icing. This line's been out here a long time as it comes into the center. Predators pick it up again. Eves says no, into the corner. They bounce it back to the point, but not out. Shot deep from the point. In behind the net, Dahl picks it up. Dahl in the corner. This is that feeling again, and I hate to say that. It's loose in front. Eves says no on a shot from point-blank range. And these players have been out here for an eternity, so we need to get a wholesale change. I see Klein, Mrazek, and Makasenka coming out here with Marshall and Howe. And you could feel that momentum. The Nashville fans certainly do, as they're cheering. And they're going to come into the near circle here for this draw. Klein, Mrazek, and Makasenka. They take the draw. And they throw it point-blank range. Eves says no. Turnover sent it right in between the circles, and Eves got down. And even though it came off her pad, she was able to get a glove on it and stop that puck. So we're going to do it again, same circle, as the Stripes is directing some traffic here. Send it over to the near wall, where Howe picks it up back to the point. They send it from the point. It gets through, hits a leg, goes to the far wall. Predators pick it up, send it deep. Klein pursuing. Send it into the center, cut off by Marshall. Marshall sends it, but that's going to be an icing. Sorry, I pulled the headphone wire there and jerked the camera. So we're going to go back down the other way for this face-off and get it in the far circle. Pete Spinetta and Stevens face off. Marshall comes out of there with it behind the net. Marshall on her backhand, puts it ahead to Stevens. Stevens puts it ahead to Panetta. Panetta can't get it further. As Nashville battles, Stevens overskates. They come back the other way. Here come the Predators. Predators up the far wall. Looked off sides to me, but I guess Stripes had a different angle. Predators pick it up there. Predators throw it in behind Eves. Off the back of the net, Marshall. Marshall around to the far point, Predators. Panetta tried to knock it down, couldn't. Marshall knocks it down. Now here comes Peets. Peets up the far wall. Peets with Stevens trailing to her left, Panetta to her right. She loses it to a Predator. Predators send it back the other way with 44 seconds to go. Howe sends it ahead to Stevens. Stevens sends it ahead to Peets. Peets fanned on something, dumped it low, and goes to the bench with 35 seconds to go. As that puck comes back through center, Howe cuts it off. Predators pick it up on the half wall, and here they come back the other way. Predators coming up the far wall as Litz pushes that player to the corner. She stops, she turns, she surveys. Panetta cuts that off with 21 to go. A couple of players fall down as Klein dives over. Panetta's going to skate over the open puck. Panetta's going to come up the wall with Stevens trailing. They've been out here a while. Let's see what they can do. Panetta can't even get it into the center as she's manhandled. Sends it across to Stevens. Stevens got a backhand on it because of the way she was turned. Nothing happened, and it goes over to the far wall where they poke it by Zivkovic. Back to neutral, and that'll do it for period number 2. We played 2, it's 3-2. We'll be back for 3. Stripes checking with everybody. We got a little renegade here as the puck dies on the dot. Stripes was in the way there, and here come the Predators with it up the far wall. Predators up that far wall. Zivkovic stops, turns. Clardy stops, turns. They beat, they bang, they fight. They continue to beat and bang. Puck goes deeper behind the net where Litz is going to pick it up behind, send it up the wall. No, she's going to skate it. Here comes Litz. Litz up the half wall. Litz up ahead to Clardy. She tipped it, that waves off the icing, but they're going to battle into the corner. Clardy's going to come out of there with it. Klein was loose, but she couldn't get it to her. As Clardy gets pulled down, no call, in that corner. Now she gets back up. Klein battling. Puck up high, into the net, and out of the rink. So we're going to get another draw here as it will stay in that far circle. And we're going to get a draw there. With 14:25 to go third period. We'll see where they bring this. Looks like they're going to bring it out of the zone to the dot in front of the Predators bench for this draw. We got the Crazy Eights out here with Kiesel and Dahl. With 14:25 to go, third period, King draws it back to Dahl. Dahl chips it ahead to Sherwood. Can't knock it in. They still can't knock it in, can King either. It's dead on the red line, and here come the Predators. Dahl stops, turns, they're still battling. Predators are going to take it in, knock it in deeper. Dahl tackles a Predator, no call. They both end up on the ice. That comes off Eves. And Kiesel sends it in behind the net around for Yenny. Yenny near wall. Yeti up ahead, too far for Sherwood, but it's drifting. Sherwood with a good hustle can't get there. And that prevented the icing. At least Sherwood cuts it off, tried to center it for Yenny, couldn't get it through. Predators have it behind the net now. Goes all the way around to the far side where Dahl sends it in, loose in front. Sherwood fell down, puck loose. Oh, they give him a goal. I'm going to tell you right now, I did not see who scored it. They seem to be congratulating Yenny, so I'm going to give it to Yenny. They were banging around in front of the net. I did not see who scored it. Goaltender was flopping. Everybody was looking. Next thing you know, puck ends up in the net. Based on the team reaction alone, I'm giving it to Yenny. And we're going to get another draw here. Mrazek, Makasenka, and Walkoskis with a score 4-2 on a shot clock that says 18-11. So Walkoskis takes that drop, pokes it ahead. We've got a draw there as it dies on the line. Here comes Makasenka up the near wall. Makasenka stick handling, dancing. Makasenka shoots, misses far side. She follows it up. It goes to the far wall. Predators chip it. Howe holds it. Howe sends it in. It's loose in front. Mrazek was battling. Couldn't get a stick on the puck. Around behind the net. Makasenka picks it up. Makasenka puts it to Mrazek. Mrazek tried to center. Makasenka in front. Makasenka turns. Still maintains. Puts it out front to Walkoskis. Walkoskis sends it in. Mrazek couldn't get a tip on it. Makasenka sends it back to the top of the circle where Marshall picks it up, golfs it into the corner, but Walkoskis cuts that off. Shot knocked down by a Predator. Centering pass, Mrazek chipped it and missed, and puck goes in behind the net. Out to the top to Marshall. Marshall sends it, just misses to the far side. Mrazek overskates. Now goes into the corner. Mrazek's going to work up the half wall. Howe cheats in and holds it, sends it deeper. Mrazek's going to go for a change. Out to the point. Watch the change. He stepped off just in time as Stevens picked it up. Here comes Stevens, sends it over to Walkoskis. Walkoskis picks it up. Walkoskis with room. Walkoskis finds the top right corner of that net on a shot from the top of the circle. And it's 5-2 Steel City. That was a nice shot by Walkoskis, and it's 5-2 Steel City with 12:40 to go in the third period. So we're going to get this puck to come back to center now for another draw. Stevens, Panetta, Peets, Dahl and Litz. That puck comes down the near wall. It dropped off to a Predator where it goes over into the corner now. I'm a couple seconds behind as Peets and the Predator collide. Out to the near point here where it drops off and they bring it in. They're not offsides as Dahl picks it up. Dahl sends it back up the half wall, odd bounce off that wall, where Stevens is applying pressure. They send it back to the point, shot, tipped by Predator in behind the net, off the back of the net now. It's loose in front, shot, Eves gets equipment on it, knocks it behind, where Panetta picks it up. Panetta kicks it, doesn't get it out to the point, shot, missed near side, in behind the net, Dahl. Dahl picks that up. Dahl's gonna skate it. Dahl still skating it. Dahl ahead to Panetta. Panetta up the far wall, loses it to a Predator at the line. She needs to clear the zone again. Pete steps in. Clardy on. Puck goes deep. Litz is going to pick it up there. Litz around. Up the half wall. Predators cut it off there on the near point. Skate it deeper. Center it. Cut off by Klein. Klein turns. Surveys up the near wall. Klein comes up that near wall around a Predator. Here she comes with a burst of speed up the near wall. Klein still skating with it into the corner. Still skating with it. Tried to put it in front for Walkoskis. Couldn't get it there. Clawhardy's out front now. Walkoskis falls down over to the far wall. Howe steps up, held it momentarily as a Predator goes flying. She goes back to pick up her equipment as it gets chipped out by Clawhardy back to Klein. That Predator went off without taking her stick as Klein sends a bouncer in on the goalie. And that puck rolls in behind the net where the Predators pick it up. Predators have it. There's a stick on the ice. That created a minor obstacle there as they chip it ahead. Now Kiesel skates over. Kiesel stops, turns, spins. In behind the net, she's got Clawhardy breaking. She puts it up there to her. She can't handle it. She's got to go chase it. Predators get their first chip it past her. Kiesel recovers, sends it in to Clawhardy was. Offsides, and I'll get the clock back in line at 10:48. So we're going to come back to center ice, it looks like, and I see the Crazy Eights out here now. For this draw at center ice with Dahl and Marshall on the back end. So we've got King going to take this draw. King puts it across over to Dahl. Dahl sends it up the wall. And the Predators are going to pick it up there. Yanni with pressure. Yanni, watch that stick. King steps in. King gets a shot. Goes up high into the netting off a Predator stick. And with 10:35, we're going to get another stoppage. They take the draw, puck into the center of the zone. Comes up high, Dahl skates in. Dahl throws it into the corner past the diving Predator. Sherwood falls down back there. Predators send it up the half wall. Dahl's going to pick it up there. They're going to chip it. Dahl stands tall and holds it. Dahl skates in with it. Dahl sends it. It goes off Sherwood's stick or skate into the near corner, where the Predators pick it up, send it back the other way. They got it on the stick. Dahl's going to need to hurry. She gets over there and gets in front of that player, chips and chops. Picks it up, sends it back. Predators knock that down. It's loose. Marshall picks it up. Marshall around the back. Marshall tips it off a Predator's stick up ahead to King. King throws it for Sherwood too far. And the Predators are going to regroup D to D top of their zone. They send it up the near wall. Predators. Predators. Shoot. Eaves covers. And we're going to get a draw with 9:45. 20-12 shots. 5-2 score. Makasenka Mrazek, Clawhardy with Litz and Howe on the back. So we're in the corner here, the near corner for this draw as it goes into the corner and Litz picks it up. Litz chips it, Litz turns, sends it up the near wall, odd bounce off the glass as Clawhardy gets an elbow. Slap shot, Clawhardy blocks that with her foot and that one is going to go down to the end line where Litz is going to pick it up. Litz is going to send it up the wall, get it past the Predator. This one comes out, and here comes Clawhardy one-on-one. Clawhardy up the near wall. She's going to get a shoulder put into her. She's going to stop. She's going to turn. She's going to keep fighting for that puck. It's going to come up the half wall where Litz sends it in deeper. Predators pick it up there. It's loose in front as Mrazek chases it to the corner. She continues to battle behind stripes, tries to center. Off the goaltender into the corner where the Predators are going to pick it up. Send it by Howe, and Litz is the only one back. She needs to hurry. She should get there first as she gets pushed. Still getting pushed. She sends it all the way around to the near wall where Makasenka is going to pick it up. Makasenka bounces it up the wall to Clawhardy. Too far. Clawhardy did not touch it, and that will be an icing. Panetta, Peets, Stevens, Dahlwin, Kiesel. We're going to come here into the near circle for this draw with 8:51 to go. 5-2 selects. As Stevens reassures Eaves. And we're going to get this draw. Into the corner. Kiesel chips it around to Panetta. Dahl picks it up there. Dahl, Predators pick it back up. Kiesel behind the net. Kiesel up ahead to Peets. Peets has Stevens breaking. She hits her. It bounces right over Stevens' blade. And the Predators are going to turn, send it back the other way as it comes back out to neutral. Our players are in deep. Kiesel needs to turn, send it ahead, which she does, past Peets. And they wave it off. And the Predators pick it up behind the net. As game was in slow motion there for a few seconds. Pete stepped in front, Predators send it ahead. They wave off the ice. No, they do wave off. They do call the icing. I thought he was waving off the icing. And they did not wave off the icing, so now we're going to get Clawhardy, Walkoskis, and Klein out here with Howe and Marshall as we're resetting the pairs. We'll see if Zivkovic returns to action. She's been missing again. So I'm not sure what's happening there. as Zivkovic has missed a number of shifts. No bench reporter, so we have no idea. As Klein steps in for this draw, sends it over in the direction of Claherty. Klein skates back, picks it up herself, down the half wall into the corner. Predators send it up, Klein cuts that off. Klein golfs it behind to Walkoskis. Walkoskis turns, can't hold it as a Predator pushes her. Careful Nora as they battle along the wall. They're battling over there as the Predator player loses their stick. Walkoskis comes out of there with it. She shoots. Goalie gloves it. And with 7:51, we're going to get a draw in the near corner. I always worry about Nora getting a little too aggressive. Thankfully, that didn't happen. So we're going to go into the near corner here. Claherty, Walkoskis, and Klein. Marshall and Howe out back for this draw with 7:50 to go. They send it across into the corner where it goes behind the net. Predators pick it up there. Predators chip it up the wall. It comes out of the zone where Marshall's going to turn. Marshall backhands it. Now they battle in front of the bench as the puck's under Marshall's feet. She's going to tie it up, content to tie it up anyways. It comes into the zone and now comes out. And Howe is going to regain. Send it into the feet of Stripes. Get out of the way, Stripes, as Howe leaves it for Claherty. Predators poke it back the other way. Marshall. Marshall gets it out, knocked down by a Predator. As they knock it back in, Marshall again. Marshall, this time ahead to Claherty. Claherty up the near wall, chips it in. You're going to have to go chase it, but the Predators are going to come out with it behind the net with 7 even to go. Up the far side. Yenny cut it off, but can't follow it, and the Predators come back through neutral, where there's some collisions and calamities, and here come the Predators back the other way. Predators up the near wall. Predators bring it in deep, poked out of there by Marshall. This time it comes center, poked out of there by Litz. Back to the point, past Yenny, half wall, in front, kicked out of there by Marshall, as we're going to get a penalty here, and I think it's going to be on Marshall. Interference. We're going to get a penalty on Marshall for interference in front of the net. So the Predators are going to go on a power play here with 6:29 to go. They're going to call Marshall for interference. Jimmy's looking for an explanation. And nonetheless, Stripes, oh no, it's going to be on Litz. It's not on Marshall, it's on Litz. So they send out Stevens and Panetta with Dahl and Kiesel to kill this penalty, 5-2. Litz sits, and we're going to get this draw underway here. Predators top of the circle out to the far point. They're going to send it from there. Knocked down by Dahl. Dahl leaves it for Stevens. Stevens, red line, dump it. Stevens, red line, doesn't dump it, still skates with it. Now the Predators pick it up behind the net. Panetta applies pressure. You got to be careful you don't get trapped back here. As they continue to battle on the wall, now Stevens comes in. Out to the point, Kiesel holds. Stevens sends it in deeper. Predators pick it up behind their net. Stevens falls down. They get by Stevens as she's regaining her feet. Here they come 2-on-2. Predators up the near wall. Kiesel gets a stick in there, knocks that player to the corner. They push it deeper. Goes in behind the net. Oh, Kiesel's going to get a bad penalty here. Kiesel pushed her down. That's a bad penalty. With 47 seconds to go in the penalty to Litz, Kiesel's going to get a cross check. That's a bad one because now we're going to get 47 seconds of 3-on-3 as Stevens and Panetta are going to come off. And we're going to get Howe and Marshall coming out here with Yenny. And that's it. Howe, Marshall, and Yenny to kill this off. And Yenny is not going to get it out. She over-pursued. Now it's 5-on-2. Knocked down by Marshall up high. Loose. Eves gloves it. And we're going to get a stoppage. We got 36 more seconds of 5-on-3 hockey. Predators are going to change the back end. Yenny, Marshall, and Howe out here trying to kill this thing off. They're backing them up back there. The puck goes out to the near far point. Shot, knocked down by Yenny. Ice it, Yenny. Yenny gets it out, follows it. Predators, they send it back ahead, and here they come. 2-on-2. Marshall turns, leaving her goalie an angle, makes a shot block. Yenny gets there, Yenny's going to pick it up, and Yenny's going to get it back out. 16 seconds. And we're going to get a call here. I'm not sure what. Oh, we got a Nashville player fell. She was shaken up. So they were going to stop for her to make sure she was okay. And she seems to be. So we're going to get Panetta to come out here now with Marshall and Howe. 15 seconds in the 5-on-3. And we're going to take the face-off out of the zone to the dot here on the stoppage for the injured Predator, which cannot create the advantage for them. So they poke it in down the near wall as Marshall leaves a lane for the goalie to see. Top of the circle, Eves, it goes high above her. That puck's loose below, 6 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. They're trying to center, it comes out to the high point. Slap shot, knocked down by Marshall over into the far corner. We got Walkoskis jumps on as Litz heads to the bench, and here comes Panetta up ahead. Panetta tried to hit Walkoskis, couldn't do it. That puck drifts into the top of the zone as the Predators regroup with 33 seconds to go in their power play. Marshall skates over, cuts it off. She turns, she surveys. She puts it across to Howe. Howe puts it up too far for Panetta, and that will be an icing. So with 21 seconds in the penalty to Kiesel, we're going to come back down here for this draw. In the far circle, we've got Kinger, Sherwood, Litz, and Dahl out here on the rest of this kill as they drop it and it goes into the corner. Dahl stops, turns, throws it up the far wall. Predators have it there. Predators skate across the top of the circle. Shot high above the net into the corner. Predators get there first on the half wall, send it down the wall. Shot from there, goes in behind the net. Eves didn't even touch it. In around back to the far side where the Predators pick it up, send it back to the point. King could not poke it out. Dahl will send it out this time, and we're going to get another icing. But that kills the penalty, so we're back to even strength as Dahl and Litz head to the bench. But no, they're going to stay, as are the Crazy Eights. 4:10 to go, 5-2. Selects successfully killed off 30-40 seconds of a 5-on-3. And we're back to even strength now for this draw to Eves' left. They draw it back to the far point. They send it from there. Bouncing puck misses to the far side. Predators pick it up there. They stop, they turn, they send it in behind. We're going to get a Predator player fall down there on a trip by King, no call. In behind the net, now we've got Dahl. Dahl is going to send it back to neutral where the Predators pick it up with 3:53. Predators stop, turn, throw it back the other way. Predators ahead to the wall, far wall. Cut off by Litz. Litz turns, sends it up ahead to Yenny. Yenny skating up the far wall, or the near wall rather, throws it in behind the net. She's going to chase it up herself. Sherwood back across for Yenny. Puck dies into the near corner. Predators pick it up on the half wall, and here they come the other way. It's in a couple of Predators' feet. They're coming up. They pass it ahead. They chip it ahead, but Litz is going to cut that off and send it back the other way. Litz up high, hits Yenny in the head, falls down. She throws it in deeper and heads for a change. I see Mrazek, I see Marshall, I see Howe, I see Makasenka, and I see Peets. So we're going to play here with a bit of a mixed up line as Peets comes out with Makasenka and Mrazek. As that puck goes into the corner, Peets and Makasenka battling down there with the Predators. Peets throws it around behind the net. She regains her footing. They send it out high to Marshall. Marshall sends it in. We got Makasenka in the near corner with it. Makasenka sends it into the center. Can't quite get it through to Mrazek. And here come the Predators back the other way. Predators up the near wall. Cut the center. Shot. Eves. Oh, Eves had trouble with it. She didn't have trouble with the rebound. And with 2:38 to go, we're going to get a stoppage. And a face-off here in the near circle. Claherty, Walkoskis, Klein, Dahl, and Kiesel. Going to bring the puck to the near circle. We'll get a draw here as Klein steps in to take this draw. Comes back to the Predators, to the near point, far point. Fanned and missed on the slap shot. As Claherty steps in, Claherty ahead to Walkoskis. Walkoskis forgot the puck, and now she regains it up the far wall. Walkoskis shot into the corner as didn't hit the net. Kiesel skates over, Klein skates over, Claherty's there. They battle. Kiesel sends it in off the side of the net. Goaltender with the cover. 2:17 to go. We're going to get a draw in the near circle. 5-2 selects 22-14 the shots. 2:17 to go in this final round robin game. This will be a chance for the selects to pick up the maximum 9 possible points in the round robin, which should bode well for our seeding in the playoffs tomorrow morning, but time in the tournament directors will tell us what that means. Predators pick it up behind the net, send it around. As Predators pick it up on the half wall, they send it up further. Cannot get it out. Claherty comes out of there with it. She's separated from the puck. Predators center of the zone. Here they come up the near wall. They send it ahead. Stick handling there by Klein. Predators pick it up, throw it in behind the net, behind Eves. They have it behind. They throw it around as Zivkovic gets knocked down. Puck loose in front of the net. Predators can't get a stick on it. This time it's Claherty taking it away. And here comes Claherty up the near wall. At this point, it's red line dump as Claherty gets shouldered and taken down. Now it's back to the Predators with 1:37 to go, 2-on-2. Zivkovic and Litz out here. Zivkovic's going to chase it into the corner. She just looks slow. I don't know if she's sick, injured, what, as a Predator falls down. Slow to get up. And now it goes ahead to Claherty too far. And they're going to wave off the icing on what should have been a tip but wasn't. And that goes into the corner as Claherty and Walkoskis head off. Stevens and Panetta jump out with 1:16 to go. Klein stays out here. Stevens pokes, can't get it. Panetta picks it up, tries to send it ahead. They're beating, they're banging. Panetta gets boarded. We're going to get a penalty. Don't retaliate, Josie. And we're getting a penalty on the Predators here. We don't need retaliation. And they're going to send them both now. No, yeah, they are sending them both. No, they're not. Brian's like, get out of the box. They're just sending the Predator. Brian opened the door and Josie sat down like she was guilty. Predators were roughing there and Josie was as close to retaliating as possible. Got to keep your cool in that situation. These games only get more important from here. As King sends it across on the face-off to Mrazek. Mrazek battling on the wall. You got, I can't see who's over there with her. There's a whole gang of them over there, 3 and 2. King sticks her stick in. Mrazek falls down. You got, I cannot see who that is. It's Dahl. Mrazek, they're still battling. We're down to 43 seconds. I'm off a little bit as that puck comes all the way back. And that will not be an icing as Eves leaves it for Marshall. 35 seconds. Marshall chips it up the wall to Mrazek. Mrazek chips it past the Predator, back to neutral. They chip it in, and Howe is going to pick this up. Howe's going to send it ahead, and that will be an icing with 20.2 on the arena clock. So we'll come back down here. 47 seconds on the penalty, 20.2 left in the game. And we're going to get a draw in the far circle. Stevens, King. And we need one more. Stevens, King, and Makasenka. No. Stevens, King, and Yenny. Marshall, and can't see who's on the far side. We're all messed up here. Stevens skates it. Red line and dump it, boo. That's what she gets to. Stevens shoots along the ice, rebound. Puck's loose. Stevens on the wraparound, throws it through the goal mouth with 7 seconds to go. It's in behind the net now as Stevens falls down out by the blue line. They're going to send it down, but that'll do it. And Nashville City Selects go undefeated in the round robin. That makes them 3-0. They pick up 9 possible points. I'll bring you the handshake. Games are early tomorrow, 8 and 8:15. We will await the seeding, and we'll be back for that. Have a good rest of your Sunday.